A Bluetooth adapter for the price of a sandwich? Let's have a look. Dave Taylor here, and I'm looking at this. This tiny little guy is the Nulaxy Bluetooth receiver, and it's really nice. It's a really simple device, and what it does is it gives you Bluetooth capabilities for devices that don't normally have them. For example, your car. For example, wired headphones that you really wish you could use wirelessly. Now, I'm not recommending you chop the wire off, but you can plug this in, and now you don't have to be actually connected to the music source as long as it can send in Bluetooth. We're going to actually also have this Jbl Pulse 3 speaker. Now, this actually has Bluetooth, but we're going to sidestep its Bluetooth and use this instead. So, this is a nicely designed little unit, and what I like about it is that it's actually made out of aluminum. It's not made out of plastic. A lot of these are plastic. This one actually has a much better feel to it. And on one side, you can see here that it has the micro USB in for charging. We'll get back to charging in a second. It has a slider for on-off. What a win. I really like when you can't accidentally turn a unit on. That's a good design. And then it has the micro SD or TF card, so you can actually put content onto a micro SD card, put it in this unit, and then use this without even having a Bluetooth source, and then this becomes the source. You can put up to 32 gig of a 32 gig SD card, micro SD card into this, and that works out great because that's a ton of music or a lot of audiobooks. So take this with and you are ready to rock and roll. Even if you don't have a phone, even if you don't have anything other than a pair of headphones, you can use this to listen to audiobooks, whatever. Then on the front, it has volume up and down, and then it has a multifunction button, and that button gives you pause and play if it's music, or you can answer or hang up a phone call. So yeah, you can take phone calls with this too, because I don't know where, but somewhere hidden in here is apparently some sort of a microphone. So you can use this with a device that gives you actual audio out. That's pretty important. And then you could use this for phone calls. So it gives you hands-free in your car, though I would test that before being really confident it's going to sound good, because cars are noisy environments. But on the other side, line out, and it comes with this really slick little 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter adapter. But enough talk. Let's actually turn this thing on, and I'm going to go onto my phone. Whoops. I'm going to go onto my phone, and it'll automatically actually pair because it's seen it before. Let's see. So it looks like it's connected, and it is hopefully flashing to tell me that it's live. And let's go ahead and, well, we'll start by just trying it with headphones. So here I have these handy, what are these? Beyerdynamics. And I'm just going to put them on. And I have this, and I have my phone connected to it. So we're just going to go, and I'm going to push play. And very nice. So I have music, and this is, wow, it's loud actually. This is all I've done to take these regular old wired headphones and turn them into Bluetooth headphones. Again, you still have the wire, but just tuck this in your pocket, you're good to go. But that's less exciting for you. I know you can't hear what's on my headphones, so let's actually plug this in to the JBL unit, and with any luck, this will work too. There we go. And so now this is super easy because you can see it's just plugged right into the back, and I can actually use the volume controls on this, but it's Bluetooth, so I can do that. Doesn't seem to be working, but I can also adjust it on my phone, so it's pretty loud. So we'll pause that. That is pretty loud. So a little disappointed that it doesn't actually transfer the volume controls off of the device, but that's because it's really a pretty simple little unit. It's just designed to push out audio. It's not really looking for the unit it's plugged into to give it any data. So it doesn't really understand that this speaker actually has volume control. So it goes. Not a huge crisis when this has volume control, and then of course your Bluetooth source has volume control too. So I gotta say, I really like it. Has a nice range. I find that in my experimentation, it hasn't had any issues with interruptions or static, or sometimes you get the signal gets weak or seems to break down a bit. This does pretty well, and I've had my phone 15-20 feet away and even behind a wall, still works fine. Could you have your phone just inside the house on a windowsill and have this outside and be able to be listening to music with this as the Bluetooth receiver? Yes, that'll work fine. Can you be a quarter mile away? No, of course. Come on, it's Bluetooth. Bluetooth does not work that far. Maybe someday, but boy, imagine if that's the case. When you go to pair something with Bluetooth, imagine how many devices are going to show up. It's going to be crazy. But let's stay focused on the here and now. So this is the Nulaxy Bluetooth receiver, and let me tell you a little bit more about it. So number one, it has a 400 milliamp battery in it, which is pretty modest, but it doesn't need much power. So that gives you 18 hours of play time or a couple of hundred hours of standby time. As with any device, if you're going to leave it off for a long period of time and then you want to use it, it's probably not a bad idea to charge it real quick beforehand. So if you have that option, that's great. As I said, it's a aluminum stainless sort of finish, very attractive, has a nice feel to it. It's incredibly light. It feels basically about as heavy as maybe a full book of matches. It's really light. And there is some visual indication on the multifunction switch of what mode you're in and whether it's trying to pair or not. Really like the sliding on-off switch. It does come with the 3.5mm mini adapter, but of course if you have a longer AUX cord, that'll work just fine too. And as I showed with the headphones, though I recognize you couldn't hear it, that worked fine too. So super easy. If you have favorite headphones and wish they worked wirelessly, this solves that problem. Finally, it also comes with super exciting micro USB cord. Woo! How many of those do we have now? Anyway, so that's really all I have to say about this, but hey, you are appreciative of this video. Hopefully this is fun and interesting and useful. Just give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, tell me about devices that you really wish had Bluetooth and now you have a solution, and subscribe. I really appreciate it if you can subscribe to my channel. It makes a big difference. Cool. Now, this Nulaxy Bluetooth receiver will cost you ready for this? $10.75, and you can check it out at aliexpress.com. And sites like that AliExpress is super fun anyway. Just poke around and look. They have a ton of gear, so it's very worth looking at. Free shipping, takes a little while to get to you, but it's worth it because it's a pretty cool device. So this is Dave Taylor, and I think I'm going to go back to my music, see where that song ends, and let's see where we are. And I'll catch you in my next video.